Fellow StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Nathanias and Nathanias on Orbital Shipyard. In the top right of Orbital Shipyard, we have the red Zerg player, it is Nathanias. And in the bottom left of Orbital Shipyard, we have the blue Terran player, it is Nathanias, part of Root Gaming, but more known for his casting abilities. And obviously a very good StarCraft player in his own right, as this is GM level. So a TVZ here on Orbital Shipyard between two players who are very, very strong indeed. I'm going to tell you a secret. This is actually Telecom. If you've watched my channel, you've seen some of his videos against other Terran and Zerg and Protoss players. He's a very cool dude. You can follow him on Twitch in the description below. But today he is fighting Nathanias, again, a very feared and known Terran player. Maybe not all that feared, but still very solid in his own right. He has a trophy. Look, he's won a GM level tournament recently, so well played by him indeed. Meanwhile, the timing here on the gas looks like, I don't know, that doesn't look like much of a Reaper opening. But we'll have to wait and see indeed here. So this is Orbital Shipyard. It's a pretty fun map, very standard. Most players like it. This and Dusk Towers seem to be the most popular maps in the current map pool for the latter. Just because, again, you have the safe expansion back here. The Protoss and the Terran both love that. Zerg can take this one, but also don't mind taking this base as their first either. Your third base is usually over here and over here, depending on where you spawn. And then fourth base gets kind of interesting. This is really far away. This again makes sense for your progression from here to here to here to here. And then we also have these gold bases that nobody really ever takes. I think I've seen them taken twice, perhaps, in the whole time I've been casting. Anyway, there is a command center coming up and indeed a Reaper coming out, so the timing made sense. I apologize, Nathanias, for questioning your abilities, as indeed the Reaper is on its way. Meanwhile, Telecom is getting a spawning pool up. He should have about 4 lings out in time to deal with this Reaper. When the time comes, the Queen might not be quite ready to go when Mr. Reaper Bob shows his face, but we're going to see if it's going to happen anyway. Here comes the Queen in process. Takes a lot longer to build and morph in than the lings do. Speed on the way as well. It looks like just a single Reaper. None of that crazy 3-Rax Reaper shenaniganry or 2-Rax Reaper that we've seen in the past. Here comes the Reaper with the cute little star logos on his shoulders. Heading on up, the Overlord scouts him out, sees exactly where he is. The lings are out. They're going to try to get a surround here and not going to quite be able to do it. Nathanias' control is a little bit too good for that to happen. Telecom just kind of trying to delay, avoid losing workers. KD8 charge knocking everybody back. Nice hit there and almost getting a surround. Does, and actually enough to force the Reaper back, make him question his mortality. And comes right back in and take another shot from that Queen. So the Reaper says, we'll rethink my life choices there. Meanwhile, back at home, there's a reactor coming on up. This factory should lift off and land over. They're taking that reactor and moving into a Hellion-type play. Instead, getting a tech lab of his own here. What's the barracks going to do with this? Marines? Have to imagine it's going to be Marines. And yeah, the Reaper basically does have a single kill. Not basically, does have a single kill. Running on in, trying to get some more of them worker kills, and might be able to do this. Throwing in a KD8 shard, knocking everybody back, focusing down the weakened drone, and does get a drone kill. Nicely done indeed, Reaper. It's been a while since we've seen this. Pulling drones off the line to fight for their own lives. They do manage to take down the Reaper themselves. Nicely done, Telecom. Nathanias says, what was that? You pulled your drones off the line to kill my dude, and indeed he did. Factory here, what is he? Factory just being used to make an add-on for a tech lab into Banshee. Okay, so Nathanias not going for Hellions at all. Instead, choosing to go for a Banshee follow-up. Is this going to be scouted by Nathanias or Telecom? I don't know. We will have to wait and see. The lings could pop up here and see what's going on. There's really not much at all defending it. And indeed they do. Can they see that factory? Yes, just barely can see that factory when they come right up to the very, very top of the ramp. The Marines do shoo them away, but Lings and Roaches out on the field now, moving on out in an aggressive position. Spore Crawler coming up. I think the Spore Crawler is just a reaction to the fact that Nathanias did not follow up with Hellions, and really the only other way to go would be Air Liberators or Banshees, so it makes sense for Telecom to be throwing down those spores. I'd like to see him take a third behind this aggression. There it is! There's the third base coming up for Telecom. Good indeed. The Banshee reveals herself to kill a few lings, which is nice, but again, it gives a complete confirmation to Telecom about what is going on. Ravagers heading on up over here as well, and Banshee heading on over. The Ravagers taking a roundabout way. I don't think that Telecom wants Nathanias to know that these guys are coming. Anyway, Banshee coming on in here. Going to go ahead and try to kill this, perhaps. Go after the hatchery. Nah, changes her mind. Moves on up. The Queen and the Spore Crawler should be enough to deal with this. The Spore Crawler providing additional vision. Yep. And the Queen can stab away at this guy. The Banshee will be able to kill a couple units. Meanwhile, Ravagers at the front door. The Marines actually full on retreat here. Banshee's rolling on in. Corrosive Bile taking down a reactor and a supply depot. Does get a Ravager for her troubles. The Banshee heading on home for base defense. Almost dead herself, however. Ravagers need to move up this ramp. The two in the back cannot actually attack. There we go. Stutter stepping on in. Corrosive Bile being thrown down. Dodged ably, though, by Nathanias. And is up to a total of 3 kills. 2 of those being Ravagers. The Marines finally run on in to try to deal with this. Corrosive Bile making these guys not move in where they want to go. Amazing zoning potential with that Corrosive Bile. And actually, the SCVs attacking is helping Telecom here, I think. Corrosive Bile landing, killing a huge group of Marines there, but finally all the Ravagers do end up dead. SCVs rather, 9 total SCVs have been killed in that particular attack. I feel like that was pretty successful there for Telecom. 44 to 45 total Harvesters. Third base is now up and running. That Banshee who came back on home. Where are you, hurt Banshee? There you are. Did get 7 kills. Did you kill 7 workers? No, Lings mostly, and then about 5 drones ended up getting killed. I think the Reaper killed 1. So 4 of those are hers. Nicely done, Banshee. Indeed, you are a hero to the Terran Dominion. Spore Crawler up there. Another Spore Crawler up there. He's really worried. I guess he did see 2 Banshees, right? 1 Banshee, you throw up 1 Spore Crawler. 2, there could be more coming. Might as well throw up another Spore. Canceling a... What was he building there? I didn't see what that was. Oh, anyway, he's going into a Hydralisk Den now. Telecom is. And meanwhile, 2 Banshees moving out. Spore Crawler here and here are going to be a bit of a nasty surprise for those Banshees. Continuing to get infantry upgrades, though. Here's Nathanias. +1/+1 on those guys, including Stim. Also getting an armory. And Novea Star Telecom getting Glial Reconstitution. That Hydralisk Den just about to finish. And a couple Overlords falling to these Marines on the ground. Yeah, I mean, not a good place at all to be here. Losing one of the Banshees. Corrosive Bile being thrown down, almost killing one of his own units. Free drone? No, it is not a free drone. Not at all. This Banshee with 7 kills and Cloak just kind of hanging out. Not quite sure how to assault this base. Again, 2 Spore Crawlers, really difficult to deal with if you're a Banshee. 1 Spore Crawler back here, a little bit easier. But 2 is just a little bit more than you want to handle. Telecom is researching muscular augments. And getting double evolution chambers for his units. Banshee rolls on up. Double Spore Crawler here as well. Finds a nice little sweet spot, though, to go after some more of these drones. The Queen trying to stab the Banshee in the face. Get it out of there. Up to 8 kills now. The harassment has been pretty fantastic from Nathanias thus far. Oh, free Hydra. Not quite able to do it. Hydra, run. Run for your life. Does run to the safety of the Spore Crawler. And Hydra number 2 comes out. Both Hydras do end up living. The Banshee's taken down. A bit of a gamble there, but nicely played by Telecom. Sensor tower being constructed right about here. Indeed it is a very popular place to throw up the sensor tower. See where the army is coming from your opponent. See where the Zerg Swarm is coming from. It is 114 to 109 total supply, 62 to 61 Harvesters in favor of Nathanias. Both players' APM is of over 200 right now, nearly 300 for an average here for Nathanias. Amazing, amazing play indeed. Drone heading out to take another base. Maybe? Why are you going this way, drone? Oh, okay, because this wasn't down yet. He is taking down the debris with these Hydras and Ravagers and Roaches, but it wasn't quite complete yet. The drone is a little impatient, and now is going to throw down that 4th. Meanwhile, is Nathanias going to drop up a 4th of his own? I feel like he should, in the confusion generated by that medevac that's heading on up. Meanwhile, more construction, or more production buildings are being made here under construction. Barracks, barracks, barracks on the way. Nathanias heading up, boosting on in. Gets spotted by the Overlord, loses the Overlord, but I think Telecom's okay with that. Knowing where the drop is coming from is definitely worth it on that way. Boosting on in again, the medevac and the Marines going to try to force a cancel on this base, but there are a lot of Hydras here and a lot of Ravagers. Nathanias recognizes that and just gets the heck out of there. The Hydras can take down the medevac in a hot second, and losing the medevac means all the Marines are dead, and that's something that Nathanias is trying to avoid. Production tab looking good. Already getting a Ghost Academy. I don't know that Telecom is planning on going for Ultras at all. He's definitely getting those missile attacks rather than the melee attacks on the Evolution Chamber, but we'll have to wait and see indeed. +1/+1 on missile attacks and ground carapace just about to finish for Telecom. Continuing to make Roaches. That Lurker Den is just about complete, and +2/+2 about to complete for Nathanias as well. Heading up here is Nathanias, just waiting for Telecom to wait and forget this drop is here. Waiting for reinforcements, actually. 4 Widow Mines in this medevac, heading up around the left side. This drop also gets spotted by an Overlord. This Overlord placement is good. Really good. Stimming on in here again, but no, it's just not a good composition for Marines. Hydras do really well against Marines if they have something to tank for them. Medevac comes in and gets killed by double Spore Crawler. Oh no, Widow Mine shots though, killing a couple of things. 5 kills, 4 kills. Did they actually kill 9 units there? They did. I think they killed 9 drones. Wow. Alright, so trading a medevac and 2 Widow Mines for 9 drones. Probably a fair trade, I guess. Nathanias has to feel good about that anyway. Boosting in again is this medevac, taking more hits from the Spore Crawlers. It does end up falling, but again, Widow Mine shots. Bam, bam. Getting 1 kill. Getting 2 kills. Not as effective as the drop back here, but setting up at the front lines here. Coming right on up this ramp are Roaches and Hydras and Lurkers and Ravagers. Widow Mines are being taken down. Observers in the Overseers in the air. Checking things out here as well. There are Ghosts in this composition. Missile turrets try to get rid of these Overseers. Boosting on up. The Lurkers in the back trying to burn everything down as well. Lurkers need to move on up. Move on up the Lurkers. There we go. Pushing forward yet again. The Roaches taking a lot of shots though by these Marauders. Scans on everything. Snipes. Steady targetings going down as well. The Lurkers are down to 1 total Lurker, but everything else is getting cleaned up here as well. Widow Mine here on the ramp is up to 2 kills, but meanwhile the attack goes on here for Telecom. Reinforcements trying to come down this ramp. They do catch a Lurker out of position. The Lurker has not burrowed yet. Another 2 Lurkers going to burrow on in here, go after some of these workers. SCVs need to retreat. This is not where they want to be. They can also attack this ramp. Excellent positioning here by Telecom. Hydra is crushing on in, trying to destroy these barracks, throwing down a Contaminate on the barracks for reasons I don't fully understand because it's going to die anyway. Maybe more of a BM move than anything else. Marines and Marauders trying to come in. They do take out yet another Lurker. Widow Mines getting shots off as well, killing what they can, killing Lurkers that are above ground, not what where they want to be. Roaches on rally. Roaches attack. Turn around. There we go. Turning around and attacking Lings. Trying to get up there as well. Soak up some of the damage. Do some DPS on these guys. Liberators with Defender Mode circles are trying to help with the chaos as well. But the Hydra is making quick work of them from the ground. Morphing Ravagers inside the main base, and that's it. A GG from Nathanias. Nathanias is defeated. Telecom's victorious, and Nathanias has left the game. Well, there it is. Man, Nathanias did what he could. He's able to harass fairly well. I thought his Banshees did a good job. The Widow Mine drop back here was fantastic. He was ahead in worker count. He had essentially had 4 bases running to the 4 bases of the Zerg, which is where you want to be as well. But this attack from Telecom was just too much. Too many Hydras, too many Roaches. He did lose a lot, though. Look at this from Telecom. 34 Roaches, 11 Lurkers, and only 1 Hydra died that entire game. The Hydras, man, MVPs of that match. How many kills they end up with? 3 kills, 8 kills, 7 kills there. Yeah, absolutely paid for themselves and then some. So nicely played there by Telecom. Nathanias again put up a valiant effort, but in the end, the Swarm won the day today. So that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thanks for watching, and you take care of yourself.